Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of In Case You Missed It. This is a quick lesson recap for February 5th. That should have been last Wednesday, and primarily meant for people that were not able to attend the lesson online, but also as a recap for those that did attend the lesson. Now, the first thing we talked about was the new strategy for the course in light of the fact that you are not at school. And so the emphasis, the emphasis will shift from building the robot, which we normally do at the beginning of the semester, to talking more about software. The problem with the software side is that we use Robot C in the lab, and Robot C runs on Windows only. Now, I think most of you do not have Windows computers at home, so that presents a problem. Those of you that do have a Windows computer or have a Windows license, you could install Robot C and use it there. But until we get back to school, we'll be talking about C programming, which, if you recall, Robot C is a subset of the C language. So the things we talk about in C will be transferable to programming in Robot C. Now, so that's the strategy. And we will try to make references to Robot C and how what we're doing in C can transfer over to Robot C, and we'll show you examples in the Robot C development environment. The tool we're going to use is this GDB Online C compiler, and I'm not going to go into detail here. That's explained down below in this other video overview of the compiler. Now, the next thing we talked about was, well, we began practicing. So if you are not in class and you have not already done this, you should go to the GDB site and get the compiler. Now, let's see, I think I have if you go to this URL, let me zoom in so you can see it. Ignore the /hash. Go to onlinegdb.com, sign up, register. It's free, it's fast. Now, can you also, when you create your username, I would be useful if you appended 21 or 23 on the end of your name so it's clear which group you're in. Now, you can ignore that. Let's go back to lessons page. So once you have your account set up, you'll be able to begin working on the exercises. Now, the exercises, the first one was explained here, but we also have a document. If you look at the lesson for February 5th, we created a document that has all the lesson instruction or exercise instructions up here. Now, before we began working on the exercise, we talked about some the basic syntax of the C language, and that's explained down here in Introduction to C Syntax. And you'll see this program after you set up your account in Online GDB. Let me go back to my account. And if you create a new project, you'll see something like this. Well, you will see this, not something like it. You'll see this. So read the comment. This is good information and has a nice explanation, a nice list of all the languages it can handle. And yeah, so all of this is explained in the video down below on the lessons page, so I'm not going to repeat it here. Now, for the programming exercise, you're going to use the information from the Hello World program to help you do something similar, namely output something to the console, but instead of displaying a string of characters, you're going to display a shape. Now, each one of these lines of the triangle is another printf function, and you'll see that explained down in the video. Let me go back here. So each line in the triangle, by line I mean horizontal line. So the second line contains that slash and that slash. Each one of those is a separate statement, and you can see it takes 1, 2, 5, 6 statements to display this triangle. Now it says printf, that's the name of the function, but you can use this to print to printers, but we're displaying data on the screen. So let me just give you an example of someone, since we're well past this lesson, some kids have already finished it, and I'd like to show you an example of someone that's done it. Now there's a couple of things in here I want to point out. This, as explained in the syntax video, is a multi-line comment, and you're going to replace that. Everyone should be doing this, and it's been explained in class. You're going to replace this with some comment that's meaningful for the program you're writing. So this is exercise 1, display shapes. And the next line, you should put your name like so, and then blank line. Now another nice thing to do in your code, now it's I'm going to remove the code because I don't want to just give it all to you. I want you to think about it. Now, of course, you can go back in the video and see it. But yeah, I want you to include comments. So if the first part of your code is to display the triangle, then you should have a comment saying that. And then down here would be your code, and then blank line, and then display what you're asked to display another shape. So I'm just going to say another shape, and you'll indicate here, if it's a square, you would simply say square. Sorry guys. And then your code would go down here. This makes the program much easier to look at. The computer doesn't care. The computer and the compiler doesn't care if you put comments in here. I could put this whole program in a single line and it would still work, but it's not very readable. This is all explained in the other videos, so I'm not going to go into this in detail, but I noticed a lot of kids are handing in their work and they're leaving these comments out. They're leaving in the original comments. So that's an important thing to remember. I think that's all I'm going to say for this. Again, do your best. I know some of you are in different time zones and it's difficult to attend, but do your best. If you can't attend, then you can watch the lesson recap. Okay.
It's 13 hours.
Ouch. Okay, thank you for watching. Goodbye.